Well, guys, the GOAT has done it again. Number 20. And if you are a Fed head, you got to be feeling very good, very relieved, and very proud of the great Roger Federer. And I think it goes without saying, now that he's reached 20, I mean, all debates are off. This guy is the greatest ever, and he showed everybody why he is tonight. I mean, offense, defense, ups and downs, and through it all, Roger rises to the top. And it was a very, very fun match to watch. And very proud of both players. Amazing, amazing performance by both players. Yeah, wow, phew, nerve-wracking. That's right. So we've got people already joining us. Thanks to everybody who also joined our Australian Open trivia game. That was a lot of fun. In the beginning, to be honest, I thought our Australian Open trivia game was going to have more drama than the match because Roger came out on fire and Marin Cilic was obviously nervous. And I think also a big thing that threw Marin Cilic off is Roger really taking the ball early on second serves. I'm talking about when Cilic was hitting his second serve, Roger was stepping inside the baseline. They showed that Roger was inside the court 91% of the time on Cilic's second serve. And he was also doing a tremendous job. I have no fingernails left, Jolene says. Right. Roger was doing a tremendous job of mixing up the slice return and then also coming over the ball. And he was mixing them up from hitting them cross court short angle shots to sometimes going down the line. And it really threw Cilic off. And Cilic was making a lot of early rally mistakes, which was, obviously making us all feel good rooting for Roger because it was pretty routine. And then the second set was kind of going along, just kind of like, okay, they're trading serves and still looks like Roger's in control. And then they go to that tiebreaker and Cilic pulls it out. But then quickly, Federer comes right back and wins the third set to where you're thinking, okay, the tiebreaker was just like a little hiccup. And you thought now Federer is going to roll. And then Cilic all of a sudden got this look in his eye. Did you guys see the look in Cilic's eye? He had the look in his eye like, I am not going down. I told myself I was going to win a major this year, and I come here to win. And he just started to rip forehands and really started to make Federer run a lot. And I'll say going into that fifth set, I was extremely nervous. I was extremely nervous because I thought all the momentum was on Cilic's side of the net. And then interestingly enough, just like that, just when I thought Cilic was going to, I hear a lot of people right here. We got party time. we got, what is that? Some popcorn. We got lots of people excited. That's right. Somebody said, I think Fed should retire. 20 is enough. No, Fed's going to keep going. We need him to play till he's 50 years old, guys. It was a great match. But what I was saying is going in that fifth set, didn't you guys feel that all the momentum was on Cilic's side of the net? It seemed like he had figured Roger's ball out, that he was used to all of Roger's plays. And one thing that was working extremely well early in the match was Federer's out wide slice serve. Then all of a sudden, Cilic started to cut off the angle, just crush forehands. I mean, he was just killing forehand returns. In the backhand cross-court exchanges, he started to get the advantage, and Roger was doing a lot of running. And Roger is an amazing defender, but, Roger's game, when he's winning, is not running back and forth side to side. And then all of a sudden, Cilic threw in a couple of double faults. Roger caught a couple of good time returns, and Roger blows him out in the fifth set, absolutely blows him out. And so I don't think we all could have. Matt from Coffee Break Tennis right now is texting me. Matt says that was the best thing that possibly could have happened for us. Man, classic Matt. So Matt is texting me right now from Coffee Break Tennis. All right, so Ali says Federer now just 155 ranking points behind Rafael Nadal. That's right. And, if Roger is number one, number two, I don't think it matters. It's just that he's putting up these numbers at his age 36. Of course, if we're going to be really greedy as Federer fans, it'd be awesome if he becomes number one in the world too. But, showing up tonight and winning number 20, I mean, what more can we ask from the guy? And just the way he's able to move and play offense, defense, and one thing that's apparent, Federer makes the game look so easy, but we saw feisty Fed tonight. How about that one call? It was early in the fifth set where Cilic hits the first serve. Federer times it perfectly and smacks a winner before Cilic could even react. And then the guy called it out, but it was in. And then Federer goes, "Nice call, buddy." And, McEnroe used to throw crazy tantrums, but I don't think there's anything more intimidating or scathing from someone who has like the reputation of Roger, who's Mr. Nice Guy, and all of a sudden he looks at you and he's like, "Nice call, buddy." And you're just like, ooh, the great Fed's not happy with me. That's got to hurt. That's got to sting. But yeah, Fed was a little feisty. He had some looks going on. He was irritated a little bit tonight. He wanted to win. He did not want to lose. It goes to show that Federer, who makes the game look so easy, works so hard and is so determined. Sometimes it's not easy to appreciate that because he's just so graceful with everything he does. I mean, he's like Michael Jordan, Baryshnikov. He's everything in one, wrapped up in one tremendous athlete. Omar says Cilic really choked. He kind of did choke in that fifth set because he really was riding the wave in that fourth set. He was hot. It looked like Federer couldn't really do much. Cilic was having his way with him in the rallies, moving him side to side. That forehand he hit, it's blistering. It was a lot like Del Potro. Like when Del Potro gets hot and crushes that forehand, like, what are you going to do with that? And then he hits his backhand 10 times harder than Del Potro, and his serve is probably better than Del Potro. So, at one point it started to look like, even though in the beginning it didn't look like it was going to be a match at all, at one point it did start to look like this is Cilic's match to lose. And I wouldn't say he lost it. I would say he certainly dropped his level in the fifth set, but Federer also played some great tennis in that fifth set. And his will, that's right, his will to win. Federer's got a strong will to win that I don't think we always appreciate. We just appreciate the beauty of his game. But that guy, man, that guy's determined. It's not easy to get ready tournament after tournament, match after match. The guy does not like to lose. He does not like to lose. Janine says, yes, Rafa Kenny is still young. So what are you saying, Rafa can get to 20? I think that's going to be a tall order. He certainly could, but I don't think Federer's done. So many people, there was one person who commented, Federer should retire at 20 now. I think Federer's got more. I mean, who's going to stop Federer at Wimbledon? I think who's stopping that guy at Wimbledon on grass? Look how good he is. He's just still so much better than the field. And when you look at Djokovic struggling, Murray, who knows if he's going to come back, Nadal is now hurt. I mean, he is just so much better than the rest of the field. He is just so much better, guys. Federer dug deep, really deep in the final. Hey, guys, if you're watching this, one thing that will help us on YouTube, we see we got 53 people watching right now. If you wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate it giving this a thumbs up. Because Matt and I, we are on a mission to be the most entertaining tennis channels out there, Crunch Time Coaching and Coffee Break Tennis. We thank you so much for tuning in. Rafa's grass game is better anytime. Yeah, I don't think Rafa is going to be a threat. Is Fed, okay, this is interesting. Now we got to look ahead. It's so interesting how fast we start looking ahead. Is Fed going to skip the clay court season again this year? And I say he should. What do you guys think? I think there's no point to go on clay. He has nothing to prove on clay. I think the odds of him winning the French Open are not good. The only thing I will say, he should watch Rafa's health. If Rafa is healthy going into the clay court season, Roger should just skip it. I don't think he's got anything to win there. But if Roger is not healthy and then you have Novak out, who are not playing his best, and you have Andy Murray out there, all of a sudden Roger can easily win the French Open. So, and I just don't see any reason for Roger to go out there if Rafa's on fire and let Rafa somehow get the mental edge back over Federer, right? Because right now, Federer's got the mental edge. He's won 5 in a row. He's winning the majors. He's got the mental edge over Rafa right now. So I don't see any reason to go out there and play on the clay and potentially, have Rafa have his way with him. And then they go into the Wimbledon and his confidence might be shaken. But if Rafa doesn't play the clay or he looks hurt, then Roger might want to play and try and get a French Open. But if I were to pick, I would rather him just skip it, be extremely healthy, and get Wimbledon and have 21. That's what I say. What do you guys think? Federer got injured last time with his knee. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see a big advantage for Federer unless he wants to be greedy and try and win. I mean, imagine if you could do this. Imagine if you could go Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon. That would be pretty amazing. Then he's awesome. He's awesome usually in New York too. Federer wants his career to last as long as possible. Playing on clay will drain it. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are agreeing with me that most likely I think Federer will skip the clay. Is he going to have an awesome run like he did last year? Now we have, the Indian Wells and Miami to look forward to. Federer looks like the clear favorite there. But, again, winning this tournament, it just already makes Fed's year. A guy 36 going out there and looking like he is the cream of the crop still. And the other top players struggling to find their health and struggling to find their game. It's a good start if you're a Fed fan. And we know we got a lot of Fed fans on this broadcast. Very cool. So I just wanted to come on. I think Chung could be very dangerous on clay. Well, we'll see. Another thing too, I called Chung next gen Novak because his game is very similar, but we can't start comparing him to Novak. Novak has won 12 majors. Chung had a strong performance here at the Australian Open, but he's got to prove himself a lot more. There's been so many players who have come through the years, and I'm not saying Chung's one of them. I think he's going to be a top 10er. I think he could be a top 5 or maybe even a number 1 in the world someday down the road. But there's been so many players who look hot and look awesome in a tournament, and then they struggle for a long time. I mean, look at Sloane Stephens. I thought when Sloane won the U.S. Open this year that was her coming out party. I think she's got a great game to where she could be awesome on the women's tour. Look what she's done since then, So Chung's got to do more before we just start thinking he's going to compete for majors. All right, Rafa doesn't even need to be 100% to beat everyone on clay. And I agree, Anthony. That's why I don't think that it's in Fed's best interest to go play on the clay, because you're right, Rafa is just so much better than everybody on clay. I mean, he just clearly is. And he doesn't need to be 100% to beat everybody on clay. Now, if he's struggling, if he's 80% or less, then that leaves a little bit of a door open for Fed where he might want to go play. But I think Fed's playing for the long, he's looking long term. He's looking towards the future. Fed wants to be out on the court as much as we want him out on the court. And that's the beautiful thing. I was joking with Matt the other day and saying Fed might be our Satchel Paige, to where we see this dude out there, 45 years old, still compete. I mean, it looks like he's got no end in sight. He looks fresh as a daisy. He looks fast as anybody, faster than most people. He plays amazing defense, offense. He's serving people off the court. He does everything so great. That's why he's so fun to watch. So let's celebrate this one. Let's enjoy it. Let's not worry about the clay court season. Let's not worry about Wimbledon yet. Let's just really have a fun time here. Thanks so much for tuning in. And before you leave, I'd love it if you could give this a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet to my Crunch Time coaching channel, make sure you do that. Also, head over to Coffee Break Tennis and be looking forward to Matt's. Matt is going to come up with an amazing show. He's probably writing songs right now. He's probably dancing all around the room. So I'm sure Matt's Coffee Break Tennis is going to be unbelievable when it comes out. So enjoy it. Thanks so much, guys. You guys are awesome. I'm going to bed. I'll be honest, for a little bit of that, I was like in and out. I thought, okay, Federer's going to kill this guy. I'm happy, but I'm having trouble staying up. And then all of a sudden, Cilic made it a classic. So thanks so much, guys, and have a good night. And I'm going to bed. I am going to bed, and you should go to bed too.